Welcome back to the Rebel Report. We open this week's show with an update on the future of the Raiders in Las Vegas. Also a preview of UNLV football's critical game versus Colorado State. Is a bowl game still possible? And Patrick McCaw is back in Las Vegas. The former Runnin Rebel is making a big impact on the Golden State Warriors. Hear from Pat and head coach Steve Kerr as the Rebel Report begins right now.
Welcome to Studio F on the campus of UNLV. This is our third show of the Rebel Report. I'm Barbara Farkas.
I'm Lindsay Duvall. We have great stories for you to share with you today, including a sit-down interview with the regionally ranked women's soccer team coach. But we begin with everything you need to know about the Raiders and Governor Sandoval signing the stadium bill into law in UNLV earlier this week.
There has been so much talk for months on the city of Las Vegas having an NFL team, and earlier this week we saw that step closer to reality. Joan Mendoza was there and is here to catch us up.
Thanks, Barb. Governor Sandoval was here on the UNLV campus earlier this week with NFL owner Mark Davis and many Raider fans as they celebrated the signing of the stadium bill into law.
So as governor of the great state of Nevada, on behalf of a grateful state, I'm honored to sign these two bills into law. Yes. Yeah.
On Monday morning, Governor Sandoval met at the Richard Tam Alumni Center where he signed the Senate Bill 1, which supports the relocation of the Oakland Raiders to Las Vegas. The bill is set to help finance the $1.9 billion 65,000-seat Dome Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is the greatest place that you could have an NFL franchise. The people of this community are ready for this. The state is ready for this. We're going to provide a first-class opportunity for the Oakland Raiders to become the Las Vegas Raiders.
UNLV coach Tony Sanchez shares his thoughts on what this means for the city and what it will do for UNLV.
It's another piece of the puzzle. With the on-campus facility, with the stadium, I think it's a game changer. I think it allows us to recruit at the highest levels. It allows us to access Power 5 conference, which changes the entire resources of the athletic department.
NFL owner Mark Davis leaves us off with final thoughts.
Well, we got a little bit of work to do, but we're looking forward to being here, and we'll make you proud.
Although the path for relocation is clear in Las Vegas, there is still a 3/4 approval that needs to be had between NFL owners before the team can be called the Las Vegas Raiders. On Tuesday, Mark Davis met up with several NFL owners to discuss the interest in moving the Raiders to Las Vegas. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones also expressed his support on the move. Although Davis can't officially apply for relocation until January, we can't help but get excited.
Definitely an exciting time to live in Las Vegas. First a hockey team and now a potential football team. We're on our way to becoming a major league city. The Rebels return home this Saturday after a thrilling win on the road against Hawaii last weekend.
That's right, Lindsay. This week it's the Colorado State Rams who visit Sam Boyd Stadium to take on a re-energized Rebels. Leonardo Schauer has more.
The Rebels put on an offensive showcase in Hawaii last Saturday, and they're looking for a repeat performance at home against Colorado State this week. These two teams met last November in Colorado, where they combined for over 1,000 yards of offense and 48 first downs in a 49-35 victory for the Rams. Last year's game at Hughes Stadium saw the Rams run the ball at will against the Rebels, totaling 325 yards rushing. Rams head coach Mike Bobo stressed his commitment to playing hard-nosed football to create a winning formula.
In the fourth quarter, I thought, we were able to run the ball, Coach Sanchez, any coach will tell you, all offenses want to be able to run the ball, and you want to be able to run the ball when the defenses know that you got to run the ball. I think that's where we're trying to get as a program. I think that's when you have a championship football team we can do that.
This year, Coach Tony Sanchez feels his team is better prepared to stop the run and open up the passing lanes for an Old West shootout.
I mean, they're a good, solid football team. They want to run the football. I think that's something that they're going to, consistently try to do. We've been pretty good against pro-style run teams, and, so I expect us to do a good job there. And I think both teams are going to be challenged to put the ball in the air to make differences.
For the Rebel Report, Leonardo Schauer.
The Rebels are currently in second place in the West Division of the Mountain West Conference. In order to keep their bowl game aspirations alive, they're looking to win at least 3 of their 5 remaining games this season.
Be sure to support UNLV this Saturday at Sam Boyd Stadium. Kickoff is at 2:30 p.m. and we'll be there to provide all the coverage.
To the other kind of football, our women's soccer team is having one amazing season. We break down what they've done as they climb higher in the rankings. Coming off their winning weekend in Colorado versus Air Force and Colorado College, the UNLV women's soccer team is now overall 13-3-1 and in conference 6-1-1. This puts them in first place in the Mountain West, and with much of the success credited to the experience level of this team, it is vital to know that they have a total of 13 players on a 29-man roster that have spent more than 4 years now playing for the Rebels. Plus, altogether, there are 18 upperclassmen. Head coach Chris Shaw had this to say about what has made all the difference this season.
I think having players that have been under me for 3 years, and when we're trying to instill certain habits and instill a certain culture in the team. And so again, for me, I think having that many seniors has been huge.
Senior forward Lily Sender currently has the most goals not only for the team but also for the Mountain West with 10 goals, and then has the #1 team rankings for assists with 7 assists.
It's like, they say it's like my breakout season, but really it's like my teammates make it so easy for me to score goals. I just want to score more goals and help my team win. Because not only do I score goals, but I help assist other people with goals, and I think sometimes even the assists are more important than the goals. If it means that that's what it takes to win, then that's what I'll keep doing.
With such an amazing season, it is only natural that this team had multiple players named Mountain West Defensive and Offensive Players of the Week. Even more impressive is that both senior center mid Jordan Magnan and senior forward Dakota Blazak have both been named Top Drawers National Team of the Week, with junior midfielder Sophie Cortez getting honorable mention.
We want to attack. We want to take players on. We want to get shots on goal. And again, we want to do it in a way that's fun to watch. It's great. This is a special team. They're a fun team to coach. They're a team that, even though I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to go out to training, I'm excited about training. They're just a great group to be around on and off the field, and it's just been so far it's been a great year. It's been a pleasure to coach them, and I'm just hoping that we can accomplish everything that we set out to this year.
They for sure seem like a team to watch, and with only this next weekend left for home games, Rebel fans need to make sure to stop by. Friday night they play Boise at 5 and Sunday versus Utah State at 1. We'll have more women's soccer in a bit as Coach Shaw will join us for this week's Rebel Timeout.
It's just about that time of the year again for the PGA to come back into town, and this year UNLV is a part of a special collaboration with the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open. Haley Brooks explains.
With the debate all packed up and leaving town, the next big event to unfold for UNLV students, alumni, and faculty is the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open. And best part for everyone associated with the university, it's free.
I was just like, well, there's not a better engine in the community than UNLV, and really thought that this was a great opportunity to get the university involved, get free tickets out to their students, alumni, and staff, and we just want to make sure that that all of those different entities really enjoy this event and come out, because we have a lot of stuff to offer here.
Including food, drinks, and free transportation to and from the event on Saturday. The Rebels even have their very own section on the course.
This is UNLV's lounge, and it overlooks the 16th green at TPC Summerlin. It's a very exciting hole. It's a par 5. Many of the pros go for it in 2. And it'd be great to have a lot of the students out here experiencing the excitement of the PGA Tour event. We're looking to create this great partnership between UNLV in general and the Shriners Hospital for Children. We have a PGA Tour event that comes to town once a year for the first week in November, and it's a great opportunity for our students at UNLV to be engaged with a charity event and to be engaged with the community and to really show their Rebel by supporting the Shriners.
The tournament's going to be super fun, but it's also important to keep in mind that the work that Shriners does for children all across the country is amazing. So Rebels, come out and show your support. I'm Haley Brooks for the Rebel Report.
You can enjoy food, drinks, and golf in the Student Lounge November 3rd until the 6th. And be sure to keep an eye on your student email for more information about the tournament.
The Golden State Warriors are one of the most popular teams in the NBA right now, and they made a stop in Las Vegas over the weekend with a former Runnin Rebel who many are anticipating to have a big impact on the roster this season.
The Warriors made a stop in Vegas right before the season started, hoping to get things clicking right before a championship run.
After coming up short in the NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors are this season's favorite team to take it all, according to the Westgate Las Vegas Superbook, who currently has them at a 2-3 chance of being the 2017 NBA champions. Despite having a devastating loss in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Warriors got busy and added a new superstar to the team. With an upgraded starting lineup, the Warriors used this trip to Vegas to build chemistry on the court and get a general feel of playing together.
Just trying to make the simple play every possession. I don't think we really try to hit any home runs. Maybe I threw a three-quarter court pass to Clay. Maybe that just taking a little bit of a chance, but for the most part, it was all, simple passes, cutting, finding the open guy and taking shots when you're open and trying to simplify things. And we had more of a rhythm tonight.
Although Golden State lost 5 players during free agency from their second unit who had an impact on the team during the NBA Finals, the Warriors managed to add some key players to their rotation during the summer, one being the rookie Patrick McCaw, who is already accepting his new role on this year's team.
My teammates have just embraced me as a player, and I know I'm not as strong as I can be, but that hasn't been a problem yet. And I've just gone out there and played my game. My teammates encourage me each and every day. And to have that support system, I think that helps my confidence. I mean, if you go out there and have confidence and heart, and your teammates have faith in you, I think that's the biggest thing about being an NBA player, being surrounded by guys that want you to see just as them.
The 38 overall pick of the Milwaukee Bucks, who was traded to Golden State for cash considerations on draft night, is believed to be the steal of the draft. So far, the Golden State Warriors have been pleased with his performance, including head coach Steve Kerr.
It was apparent that the guy's an NBA player. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's confident. He's got good versatility, good length defensively, and he had another good night tonight.
Throughout the season, the Warriors are highly going to depend on McCaw's impact off the bench, something the coach Steve Kerr knows that McCaw is capable of bringing every game.
Man, I take that as a high praise and a high compliment coming from Coach Kerr. He's a great guy, great coach, and I'm pretty sure he's not saying that about every player that he's coached. And for me to, for him to say that is huge for me. Just knowing that my hard work and my dedication to the game is paying off, and he sees that.
Pat also talked about how having great teammates is making his transition to the NBA a lot easier than it usually is for a rookie. For the Rebel Report, I'm Luis Negrete.
Patrick McCaw played 2 seasons at UNLV before entering the 2016 NBA draft.
The T-Mobile Arena continues to come up on our show, but that's okay because our students get to cover some amazing events there. The Rebel Report's Cassie Soto was at the Lakers preseason game and was able to speak with some fans about their experience.
The Lakers were said to be the home team during the preseason games at the T-Mobile Arena, but during the game against the Warriors, it was a mix between blue and gold and purple and gold. The Los Angeles Lakers faced off against the Golden State Warriors for the first time this preseason, bringing along their West Coast fans. With only a 5-hour drive from Staples Center and an 8.5-hour drive from Oracle Arena, Las Vegas is a great home away from home for dedicated fans who want to cheer on their team.
This is a nice venue, very clean, very organized looking. I've gone to games out in the Staples Center as well. It has like that same feeling before the game, when you get there early, just kind of seeing the players warm up. And it usually gets more intense as the game gets closer. But yeah, it's definitely something I've felt before around here.
First-time guests of the T-Mobile Arena are happy with what they saw and are excited about what the future holds for the venue.
This is an awesome place. I'm definitely excited for it, bringing in the hockey team that we got coming and everything. So this is going to be a big thing for Vegas to have right now.
Fans were treated to great entertainment and even a better game. The next sporting event that will be held at the T-Mobile Arena will be the PBR World Finals in November. The atmosphere was electric tonight as almost 16,000 fans cheered for their team. For the Rebel Report, I'm Cassie Soto.
The start of the official NBA season kicks off on Tuesday, October 25th. The Warriors will face the San Antonio Spurs, and the Lakers will play the next day and are matched up against the Houston Rockets.
Let's keep the topic of basketball going, but this time let's take it to the streets. Well, kind of. More like right outside of the T-Mobile Arena, as the Toshiba Plaza hosted one of a kind 3-on-3 tournament this past weekend.
The world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament has partnered with MGM to kick off their inaugural tournament here in Las Vegas behind us at the Toshiba Plaza. Spokane Hoop Fest has brought the competitive energy of street basketball to Northwest Washington for more than 25 years. This past weekend, Hoop Fest brought that heat as Las Vegas welcomed over 300 ballers of all ages and abilities in pursuit of being named champion. Teams are based off of competition level, whether it's recreational or competitive, and then the bracket is based on gender, age, and height. The standard division includes adult, high school, youth, family, and co-ed, while the elite division includes over 6 foot, 6 foot and under, female, co-ed, and high school.
I think that's really the magic of it all. You know, the magic is the fact that it's come one, come all. You don't have to be an elite athlete in order to play in an event like this. You could be a beginner. You know, you and I could be on a team. The skill level's, irrelevant, really. You just want to come out and have a good time.
The partnership between MGM Resorts and Spokane Hoop Fest was an easy decision for both sides.
So when we were going around thinking of ideas of creative ways to do events and host events in the plaza, 3-on-3 basketball was one of the early ones that we came up with, and we wanted to go out and scout and see who was kind of like the biggest and the best in the world, and we discovered Hoop Fest in Spokane, which is literally the world's largest 3-on-3 tournament.
They also see the value in our brand. The fact that we are the largest and best 3-on-3 tournament in the world, the fact that we're so we're like a family affair. A lot of our support is through volunteerism, even down here this weekend. These are folks from Hoop Fest that literally took time off of their day jobs to come down and work this event this week. I think MGM really enjoys that aspect of it, and so I really think it's a mutually beneficial partnership, even though we're a much smaller organization than MGM is, of course.
Winds hit over 30 miles an hour during the weekend, making events like the half-court shoot-off a little more difficult to win that $4,000. And even former Runnin Rebels guard Wink Adams came out and enjoyed some victory as his team was named the men's 6 foot and over elite champs.
Excited to have the growth of that. Hopefully everybody that's participating this year will go back and tell their friends and families about what a great event it is. And we think we're laying the grounding or the building blocks to just make the event bigger and better every single year. And it's Las Vegas, and can't compete with Las Vegas. So the combination of a great event and a great location, we think it's a home run for years to come.
With 78 teams and over 300 participants that traveled from all over the country for the 3-day event, you could call this inaugural basketball-filled weekend a success with many more to come. For the Rebel Report, I'm Barbara Farkas. Now we go back to the women's soccer team as Lindsay is joined by the team's head coach, Chris Shaw, for this week's Rebel Report timeout.
Rebel Report timeout.
Here for Rebel Report's timeout, we have Chris Shaw, head coach of the UNLV women's soccer team. So Chris, before preseason, you guys were predicted 8th in conference. You guys are currently 1st. What happened there? Are you surprised or?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm surprised. I know that we had a lot of talent and ability on this team. I felt like a lot of the other coaches in the conference probably underestimated us, which is fine. I'm completely all right with that. We've used that as motivation and locker room bulletin board fodder for but pregame and stuff. So again, I think we're right where I kind of thought we would be. Didn't know if we would definitely be there or not, but I knew we had the ability to do it. So yeah, it's been great.
And you guys play Utah and Boise this weekend. Pretty tough weekend. What are your expectations?
I mean, my expectations are to continue what we've been doing, which is scoring goals and winning games. 2 really good teams, very organized, tough competition. But again, I think at the end of the day, if we play the way we've showed that we can play, I think we'll come out on top.
When teams come here, what do you think they're saying on their scouting report when they're about to play you guys?
I think they think, hey, we're going to be in for a team that's to seal a little bit of UNLV history, right? Runnin Rebels, we really have a history of, or not a history, but a reputation for really going at teams at speed, non-stop attack. We like to score goals. I'd rather win a game 6-3 than 1-0. So I think that's what they're prepared for, is a non-stop onslaught of dynamic attacking players.
And speaking of dynamic players, Lily Sender, huge season for her, lead goal scorer in the Mountain West and for the team as well. What is it about her that is making such an impact?
So Lily is a very cerebral kid, on and off the field. Thinks, you know, she's our highest GPA, and then on the field she thinks the game. So she's always analyzing what's going on, trying to find those opportunities to maybe nip in to score a goal, or, you know, to find a weakness in the opposition's defense. And I think when you have a player like that, it's very difficult to deal with her. You know, she's again has the ability to score goals, and then the knowledge to know where to be at the right time, so that she has those opportunities.
Another player, Jordan Magnan, captain, senior, she had a goal recognized on Top Drawer's Goal of the Week. What was so important? I know you guys really pushed that getting seen. What was so important about that?
Well, it was a game-winning goal in the last seconds of the game, in a game that, again, every game for us right now is very important. We can't afford to drop any points, and, you know, to come away with a win against New Mexico as opposed to a tie, you know, that's 2 more vital points that we earned. And again, to hit one from 30+ out in the dying seconds of the match is again something I've never probably really been a part of. It's a special moment, and I think was maybe kind of a turning point for us in terms of recognizing that this could really be a special season for this team.
And this is your first full recruiting class on the team this year. Do you feel that has added more of the style play you like on the team?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think our media relations person my first year told me that we had players that had been recruited by 4 different coaches. And so again, you do have coaches that have a certain style and recruit players that fit that style. And so I do feel like now we're starting to get more players that fit the style and the culture that we want to play. And I think it's definitely contributed to our success.
And I've talked to a few of the players, and they've just said the chemistry on this team has been completely different, very positive. Do you see it out at practice?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, from day one at training and preseason, you could see the energy, the enthusiasm, the positivity that the players were bringing to training. Even though we do train at 7 a.m., which is tough for someone like me who's not really a morning person. And I think a lot of our players aren't morning people either, but they all show up to training ready to play, ready to compete, ready to get after it. And that motivates me, and I think it motivates the players that maybe aren't quite as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning.
And also the coaching staff has changed a bit. You know, you've added 2 different coaches from when you first started here. How have they helped at all, just with this success you guys have had?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, J.J. Wozniak is the first assistant, and he's exceptional in terms of his knowledge of the game, very thorough with his scouting reports, and just eats, sleeps, and breathes soccer, and he's been great. And him and I have a good relationship. We've known each other for quite a few years, so good working relationship there. And then Kaylee Schlaze, who just came in this year, is younger but played at a good level, played at NC State in the ACC, and has, again, another one that has a passion for the game, that youthful exuberance that we need, and the ability to, you know, step in and demonstrate. You know, she's been there and done that at the Division I level, and I think the players respect, you know, what she's accomplished in her playing career.
Okay, well, thank you, Chris Shaw. November 1st is the conference tournament. We wish them luck. Back to you guys.
There's plenty of great Rebel student athletes here at UNLV, but this week there's one that stands above the rest. That person is the Outstanding Rebel of the Week. Every week, the athletic department hands out the award. The week the Outstanding Rebel is a repeat winner. UNLV men's golf John Oda gets the honor after his performance last week against Alabama. UNLV as a team finished second in the tournament, but Oda won the individual title. The junior capturing his second individual crown of the season and the 4th of his career. Oda, a Honolulu, Hawaii native, earned medalist honors at UNLV's first tournament of the year in Colorado Springs back in September. He also won Rebel of the Week honors for his performance back then as well, making him the first 2-time winner of the Outstanding Rebel Award this fall. Keep the great work up, John Oda. I can't wait to see who's the Outstanding Rebel of the Week next week.
Swimming and Diving's new coach, Ben Lors, dove into the season against rivals UNR. We got a chance to speak to Lors for a new segment we like to call Know Your Coach.
Ben Lurs stepped up to head coach in May. This is his first season as head coach for UNLV, but he's familiar with the Rebels as he was assistant coach and recruiting coordinator to former head coach Jim Rates. As assistant coach, he helped the team win 3 titles from 2007 to 2010. After his stint at UNLV, he transferred to head coach at CSU East Bay for 6 years.
It's been a great, long history with Coach Wrights here for decades and decades, and we're really excited to turn the page and move into the next chapter of Rebel Swimming and Diving.
Lurs returns with multiple top 25 finishes under his belt. As new head coach, there is high expectations for him, but Lurs looks forward to finding out what this squad is capable of.
You know, you inherit a new team, and it takes a little while to get comfortable with each other and to find out what boundaries can be pushed and which can be really expanded. And so that's an exciting process. I think that's why I coach. I know a lot of us coach for just that process of going through the improvement and seeing people achieve things that they didn't think were possible.
The UNLV Swimming and Diving's first home meet is on November 4th against Utah. For the Rebel Report, I'm Chelsea Garcia.
Before Ben Lurs took the reins, the UNLV Swimming and Diving program won 12 conference championships in the last 14 years. Championship season starts in February. That's all this week for the Rebel Report. Please be sure to follow us on social media accounts. We're everywhere. Just search Rebel Report UNLV and subscribe on YouTube, also at Rebel Report UNLV.
Make sure to join us next week, but don't leave just yet. Plays of the Week is next.